My name is Mrs. Karen Wuertz, and I am head of the Boys Division. It was 2016, and a friend of mine shared on social media the idea of the Death Row Support Project and suggested it would be a cool thing to get involved with, like as a Lenten project. And so that's why I originally got involved in it. And so, because it was like, my favorite scripture is from Matthew chapter 25, and it ends with verse 40. Amen, amen, I say to you, whenever you did this for the least of my people, you've done it for me, right? I think it's Christ's instruction to feed the hungry and give water to the thirsty and clothe the naked, and that includes visit the prisoner. And so this was a way I felt like I could visit prisoners by being a death row inmate pen pal. The first inmate that I wrote to is right here. This is Terry Edwards. And Terry was on death row in Texas. Terry and I corresponded for just about a year, and he had, when we first started writing letters, his first letter to me, which was really interesting and kind of broke my heart, was like, great, I'm glad you are interested in being my friend. Unfortunately, I'm supposed to be executed in like 3 months, so if you don't want to be my friend, I understand that. So Terry and his cousin, named Kirk Edwards, robbed a Subway restaurant. Terry had worked there previously, and he was fired from the restaurant for stealing money from the register. A few months after he was fired, he and his cousin went back to rob the store, and in the course of the robbery, a gun was brought to the robbery, and the 2 store employees were shot and murdered. He had a lot of good reasons for appeal, including really inherent racism in the criminal justice system. He was an African-American man that was convicted by an all-white jury of killing 2 white people in Texas. So there was a lot of places along the process for him where he had grounds for appeal, or at least to have it looked at again. You might first think by appearances that we don't have very much in common. He's an African-American man from Texas. He actually grew up doing a lot of the same things I did, though, sports and music, and we actually had a lot to talk about. So we had a really easy friendship. We talked a lot about, like I said, sports, music. We talked about travel, the places he did or didn't get to travel to, childhood memories, God. Talked a lot about God and prayer and family. This is the last letter that I received from Terry. This was in January of 2017, just shortly before he was executed. And on the evening of the 26th, he was awaiting his supposed to be 6 o'clock execution, and the appeals were still being heard by the Supreme Court. And about 4 hours after he was supposed to be executed, Judge Clarence Thomas gave down the ruling that it was denied, and he was executed that night by lethal injection by the state of Texas. It wasn't mentally exhausting. It was, if anything, there was an urgency to it, to connecting as much as we could before his time was up. My current pen pal is right here. This is Archie, Archie Lee Billings, who is on death row in North Carolina. So we're writing to each other now. I went into this project being against capital punishment. If anything, it has really solidified that conviction in my heart, that these are people who were born as innocent children, and who, through a series of unfortunate events and choices, some of them their choice and some not, their lives went on a trajectory that was what it was, and landed them in these situations. But they're still humans that have inherent dignity and worth, and shouldn't just be thrown away. For me, it's been very life-giving to write to people on death row, because I'm learning a lot about not just them, but about myself and about all of us, and about that we are, as Brian Stevenson says in his book, that we are all more than the worst thing we've ever done, that there's a lot more to us than that. And so yes, these are men who are convicted of murder and who are guilty of some really terrible things in their lives, but they're not beyond redemption. I feel like nobody is beyond redemption, and I've learned a lot about not just them, but our world, and about myself, and about Christ through this process. Yeah.